I get afraid to receive the things that I'm asking for.
Does that question surprise you? I get afraid to receive. Is it because of what others might think about it?
That's part of it. Mm-hmm.
Are you afraid to receive what you're asking for? Or are you afraid you won't receive what you're asking for? I'm afraid to try.
I probably have split energy and think
For
both.
sure. For sure, but everybody does.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid to, what was your first statement? I'm afraid to
receive some of the things that I'm asking for.
And so then we ask, or is it that you're afraid that you won't receive them? And then we ask, and we like your genuine pondering because you haven't looked at it quite like that before.
Right.
And then we ask, are you worried about what other people think, either about whether you should be able to ask or whether you're good at getting it? In other words, it doesn't matter which question it is. There's a bigger thing that is at the root of it, and it's caring what others think. You know how we know that for sure, is because your inner being is always on your side. And so you must be caring what humans, who are often really hard on themselves and on each other, think. It's a flawed premise that won't be hard for you to let go of. But in the meantime, it feels sort of like that. So you want to talk about anything specific? Because we can see, I'm afraid to want that, because if I let myself want that, and when I get to Canada, they won't let me have the cat, then I'll just feel worse than if I didn't let myself want it at all, is sort of how it goes, isn't it? So I don't want to want it. Someone said in the last seminar when we were on board a cruise ship together, someone said something like that he almost wished that he didn't want it. He felt better before he wanted it. And we said, you got to get over that. Hear this, you're going to really like this. He said, I felt better before I wanted it, so I'm trying to not want it anymore. And we said, sarcastically, never a good look on a spook, we said, your desires never go away because your inner being recognizes them, focuses on them, holds to them. And so you know what your discomfort is? Your discomfort is that you said, inner being, I want this, and your inner being says, good for you, you deserve it, and you shall have it, and I will focus here, and I will be a catalyst that law of attraction will come to it and gather all of the cooperative components, and when you're ready, it shall be yours. That's really what's going on, but you weren't aware of that, so you didn't know how to relax and let it be. And we think the biggest reason is because you're worried about what other people will think about it. Either way, if I get it, they won't like it because they're jealous. Or if I get it, they won't like it because they think I should want something different than I want. And if I don't get it, now I'm not a good creator. So it's like you can't win under the story that you're telling when you can't lose under the story that your inner being knows to be. And that's why it doesn't feel good to you. Your inner being knows for sure something that you haven't practiced being sure about yet. Ooh, that was a good conversation. Because people think, is it this or is it this? It's both. But at the root of it is you not lining up with your inner being and calibrating instead to people who promise you cats and things.
So is it the story that I've created?
Well, that story is the reason for your trending. A belief is just a thought that you continue to think. And beliefs are easy to keep going because the law of attraction helps you. I think that I can't have what I want, and so the law of attraction proves it. And then I notice even more that I can't get what I want, and the law of attraction proves that. It's just a misunderstanding. It's a flawed premise, which is the whole point that we have any conversations with you at all. We're wanting to help you to show yourself what the true premises are. You can feel your way to them. When you think that you shouldn't be able to do something that you want to do, and it feels all off like that? Oh, don't you just know now as a result of chewing with us together? Isn't it interesting that we love you so much, that humans often think that it's wrong for them to feel good. That'll keep you from using your guidance system, which is based upon you feeling good. How'd you get trending on that? Because somebody else needed to control you in some way, often well-meaning. They meant the best for you. There's so many people who feel like you do because their parents didn't want you to be disappointed like they were. Don't reach for something that you can't have. You'll live a life of misery. And we say, you can't let go of those desires. And not moving in the direction of them is what dissatisfaction is. Moving in the direction of them is what satisfaction is. That made perfect sense to you. We saw you firing on all cylinders when we said that to you. Clear enough?
Yeah, thank you.
Really good. Also, here you are in the hot seat. That's got to count for something. That's got to count for something.
I put in a request to Jerry.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
And at first I said I didn't even want to raise my hand, and then he kind of tuned in. He's like, you got to raise your hand. And so then I started putting my hand up.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Esther likes knowing that.